we started trying. We said, okay, we've been through a lot. We've been through the desert. We've sown the seeds of tears. We're ready to reap a harvest of joy. Let's have a baby. Came off any kind of medication I was on, and we, like Sheldon said, we went on a baby vacation. He struggled through that one. I did not coin the term, in case people know that and they're like, she did make that up. I did not. That's true. So, I mean, we went to New Orleans. We did our thing. Like, we're like, yeah, let's get it on, you know? Like, let's have a baby. And we were excited to start trying. And, you know, I knew that I had PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I knew that I had that. I had had some trouble with cysts bursting before at very inconvenient times. But I had been pregnant twice already. Like, obviously it didn't stand in the way of me getting pregnant, right? And my miscarriages could be kind of explained away by being on birth control, and that probably caused my miscarriages to end because I didn't know that I was pregnant. You know, there's just so many other things, contributing factors, stress from the wedding, you know, everything else, right, that could have explained all of that. So here we were, gung-ho, not thinking that my PCOS would be a problem until it was. It was an entire year and we had not gotten pregnant. I had had really high blood pressure problems that following year. I was also going through a big issue with rotator cuff surgery in there. I mean, I had a lot going on physically that were causing me issues that could potentially explain what was going on. So we continued to treat the issues, and still we weren't getting pregnant. We finally did get pregnant. I felt like I was pregnant. I started taking tests and they were coming out negative, but by then I had been told my PCOS could be the cause for false negative tests. And so I was like, well, I think I probably am. I won't say anything to him. And then I began to miscarry. I was only at that point about 3 weeks along, so it wasn't as extensive physically for me as the others have been. We also didn't have anything to physically see from that miscarriage. I did end up in the ER because I was bleeding so heavily. But at the end of the night, they said you most likely miscarried, and that's all we can tell you. Here's some medication, and, you know, they sent us home. And so that one's a little bit of a blur to me. It feels almost unreal sometimes, even though I know that it was what it was, and I feel that it was what it was, and I was told that that's most likely what it was. It's hard for me sometimes because that is the one out of the three that we know of that we have had that I didn't see anything physically to kind of bring a form of reality to it. But we accept it as a loss of a child nonetheless. And so that kind of preceded our decision to pursue fertility treatments. You know, I would like to say that there was an upside at that point because we were actually vigilantly working on something. And, you know, I thought it would be. I thought it would be something that would sort of make me feel relieved to be working on something. It's sort of a little bit of my personality to be at peace when I know I'm working at something. And that just was not the case with this. Being in fertility treatments and just not knowing and being on your own, really that much different, except that now there's somebody who you feel like is in control of everything with your body. At any moment, somebody could call me and tell me I need to be here to do this at this time, and it's on their schedule. If it felt awkward, and you know, I do tend to like to be in control, and I do have to surrender that all the time and just realize that I can't always be in control of my circumstances. But I kept trudging along. It is the worst feeling to be on a clock for your body something that you typically control. You control whether it exercises, whether it eats, whether it sleeps. You control the things on your own clock, right? But suddenly with fertility, your own body that you're used to utilizing so much control over now is doing its own thing. And mostly if you're struggling with infertility, you're obviously not able to control what it's doing. The best way that I know how to put it is you tell it to do something by all these contributing healthy factors, and yet still the production is as if it hasn't listened. I am very production oriented, whether it's a production on a stage or whether it's a production of tasks completed. I do like to produce. I do like to accomplish, and I like to create. And not being able to create a life as I see others do has been tremendously disappointing. But knowing that there are so many women that are struggling with the same journey that I have been on and are trudging through and keeping the faith and holding on to hope, and also sometimes accepting the loss and knowing that there's another plan, that has truly been one of the only things that has kept me, I won't say staying positive, but becoming positive again, or having my positivity or hope renewed. Anyway, it's been enlightening, and it's been encouraging to see other people walking the journey with us. Not just women, men too. Okay, so here we were, August 2019. About to start another round of fertility treatments. Already invested, okay guys? And as we said in our other video, if you haven't watched it, it's when we tell about how Neo came into our lives. So check it out. This is a moment. Like, this is a moment. I'm pretty sure I told a lot of people about it. And then 1 week later, 1 week later, we're sitting on the couch and we get the phone call. The most shocking phone call of our entire lives. A phone call that changed everything. A phone call that didn't just make me the mom of children in heaven, but a child about to be born right here on this earth. There was no question in either of our minds. We just said yes. And I'm telling you, that response was easy, and I can't wait for finalization to come. I'm so thankful to have this opportunity to share with you. I have been dreading it and looking forward to it all at the same time. Although graphic, the details are so important for many of you to know, to hear firsthand. That if you want to talk further about what you're going through with infertility or what we've been through with infertility, we would be happy to talk with you. Contact us. You can comment below, you can send us messages, you can text us, call us if you have our number. You can do whatever you need to do to get in touch with us and tell us what you're going through. We would love to pray for you. We would love to be there for you. If you don't mind, go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't, because more videos that are coming, especially to adoption. Thank you so much for being for us, for SNL plus Gohan, for our future. Who knows what's going to happen next? We don't know what the call will be. And so we just ask that you would stick it out with us through this journey. If you don't mind, liking, sharing, commenting, all of that matters on social media. So feel free to share this video or any other with people that you know it'll impact their lives, or you just want them to see it. We're grateful for those of you that are already subscribed and have already planned to join us in this journey from here until we see what happens next, right? Subscribe. As Sheldon would say, subscribe. If you would like to help with our adoption fund to make our home Neo's forever home, we would greatly appreciate it. And so you're going to see a couple ways to donate towards that in just a second. Thank you guys. Oh, L out. I can't do it. I don't even know. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.